And here we got the Samebike L026 version 2. And as you can see, we've done a lot of upgrades. All of the upgrades, we have a playlist of e-bikes and electric scooters. You can check those out in the playlist for all the upgrades and everything that we've done. We got an air shock suspension, front air suspension. We've changed the brakes from mechanical to full hydraulic brakes. We changed the handlebars, the head stem. We put the brace on. We've changed tubes. We've changed tires. I've shown how to, I've used all different types of tires, and these tires seem to work best for me. I will show you the name and the brand of the tires in a moment. But today we're going to show you. I also got to do a brake pad change on the front, so I'm going to quickly do that whilst we're here right now. It would help if I turn the ignition on down there. There we go. Little key under there. Let's turn it on. There we go. Look at that. We are now at 759 miles. Nearly 760 miles I've done on this thing. That's insane. Now, I haven't rid it as much as I would like to because I've had a lot of stuff going on in real life, and of course, we don't live stream here on YouTube anymore. We just make videos. All the live streams we now make over on our TikTok, which is Bubbles Way. You can find us on TikTok. The link and all that stuff will be below if you want to follow us. If you don't want to, it's cool. But anyway, we also done a speed hack. I'm going to quickly crank it up to speed 5, as you can see there. We're on speed 5. I'm going to hit the throttle just to show you the top speed. So we get around about 25.5 miles an hour, full battery. Now, if I'm being honest, whilst riding it on the straight, I probably get about that, 21, 22 miles an hour. Now, when I'm going downhill, I can easily get 30 plus, easily get 30 miles an hour plus. Going uphill, I'm doing around about 15. Again, it all depends on how much effort you put into it as well. Now, the problems, we also got an upgraded battery and the charger, and again, all of those videos we've got in our playlist of e-bikes and electric scooters. Check them out. All links to buy all the stuff that I've got, I've added. I'm trying to think what else. I don't know. I've changed so much. The pedals, Rock Bro pedals, we bought those. I'll show you that. There you go, Rock Bro. And then the tires are Trial King. Now these are at 26 inches at 2.4 wide. You can't go any more than 2.4 because if you do, it'll be rubbing against the frame. I literally just got a little bit either side there. So definitely don't get anything bigger than 2.4 because it will not fit. You definitely want to get yourself some hex keys. You're going to need those. I'm forever buying these things. They're an absolute nightmare, but anyway. Without further ado, I was meant to put a different bolt in there because I got one bolt that's a little bit rounded off. And I think it's the bottom one. Come on, there we go. I'm trying to get the camera angle right so that way you guys can see what I'm doing. So I don't need to rechange the fluid in the pipes. They're all good. I've done that not long ago. And again, we got another video of how to change brake fluid for full hydraulics. And we've got other videos of how to adjust brakes for the original mechanical brakes that you get with it. Now, as you can see, that bolt there at the bottom is quite loose. I over-tightened it, and I only went and busted it, didn't I? But it holds up okay. I think I might end up putting a cable tire around here to hold it tight at some point if I feel like it's not completely safe. But I have shredded that screw a little bit, if you can see that. If it focuses. Now I do have a different screw that I'm going to put in there, but I'm not going to do that just yet because I left that in my kitchen, of course. I always forget something when I'm doing this, and I've also forgotten my pliers as well. Great. All right, well, I guess I'm gonna have to quickly grab those. So I need to get pliers and thingy. All right, I'm sorry for a second, people. I'm just gonna put my hand there because My house is very messy. There's one. You know what, that might do the job. Okay, so I've got a pair of grips. You can see that. Got some grips. Put the bike there. There we go. All right. Now I got to grab the screw. Oh gosh, I'm so unorganized. But then at least the video's real like this. I'm not faking it. Where did I put that screw? There it is. It's even got a little bit of Loctite on it as well, so hopefully that will do the job nicely. Now I could have edited there rather than putting my hand over the camera, but just a little bit quicker to do it like that, so that's why we do it like that. All right, as we were, so I have another screw here. Look, we got a little bit of Loctite on there, a bit of blue Loctite. It's really hard to focus, but anyway, yeah, I'm hoping that does the job. These, again, my camera is really having problems trying to focus right now, but it says 18C total bleed solutions, and you can buy these on eBay. I'm really sorry, I don't know why my camera's not focusing right now. Okay, well, hopefully you can see that. Anyway, let's take these grips. Then I need to get closer because the camera's out of angle, isn't it? Let's move it like that a little bit. There we go. Now you're always going to get loads of residue. Look at that. I expect that, so make sure you do as well. I'll bend that pin down straight. Come over this side and just pull that out. Now those pins, when you buy brake pads, sometimes you can get those pins with it. Now these pads are not too bad, if I'm honest. They don't, yeah, I mean, I've definitely seen worse. They're not great, but they're not terrible. But the thing is, they're rubbing a lot, so that's why I wanted to change them. Oh God, look at that. Okay, so we got some more pads here. Now these ones here that I've got, they're not brand new at the minute, unfortunately. As much as I'd like new ones, my cash flow's a little low, but my life's more important, so I gotta change these pads. These ones are definitely a little bit better than the other ones, so that's why I kept them. Okay, so we've got to make sure the spring, this little clip thing, is over like that, and then we just sit that straight on top of there like so, and then that way we've got that little spring bounce back like so. Okay, we'll put that back in there. Should be easy enough, but it's not. It's gone in funny, so we push it back out. Try again. There we go, that's a bit better. Right, so now I've done that. I'm not going to do it too much, but I'm going to compress the brake. You see that move there a little bit? We just needed it a little bit, just so those pistons there come out just a fraction. And then hopefully we can line it up right. You can't really see what I'm doing, but I'm trying to push that caliper onto the brake pad, onto the disc, sorry, not onto the brake pad. There we go, like that. Really trying to get the camera angle right. I'm struggling a lot with it. I'm using a different camera, that's why. Okay, so I'm going to try to put that bolt in the bottom first, because that's the one that kept spinning round. I'm hoping with that Loctite and that being a new nut, new screw, that it Does it keep spinning round? Yeah, it keeps spinning round. Okay, well, I will put a cable tire on. And again, it's just because I've over tightened stuff. I always over tighten things, and I do that on purpose. I shouldn't, but I do, because again, when it comes to brakes and stuff, that's the most important thing on an electric bike. So the problem that I've had with this bike, really, I've only had one big problem, and we'll get into that in one sec. Let me just lift the bike up a little bit, make sure the pads ain't rubbing. There's a tiny, but I think that'd be fine once I ride it, so I'm not going to adjust it. Okay, I think that one's round, just spinning round as well, isn't it? No. Cool. That was, I would have had to probably change my forks, because that bottom one just won't tighten up. So I'm going to put a cable tire around here just to hold that in place. Now, one thing I should do is put in the pin, which I almost forgot. That wouldn't have been good, would it? Although it couldn't go anywhere, still really, it's not good, Bubbles. Come on, concentrate, man. So yeah, I've taken this bike on all different tests. There isn't one hill yet that I haven't been able to go up. This bike has got me up every single hill. I don't bother to use throttle only going up hills, just because I don't want to put too much stress onto the motor. You know, I tried to look after this bike the best way I can. And I've had lots of different e-bikes, and I mean a lot. I don't even know how many I've had at this point, where I've had so many. And I've fixed them all myself. I don't have any degree in electrics or anything like that. It's just pure knowledge that I've learned over the years of fiddling around with tons and tons of different e-bikes. So whether it's this bike or a different electric bike, if you have a problem at all, let me know. I will try my best to respond to every comment. Of course, I do get very busy trying to do TikTok as well as here on YouTube, so don't take it personally if I don't respond straight away or I don't respond at all, but I will try my best to respond to comments, of course. If you have any problems with electrics or braking or anything at all, let me know. I might be able to help you. Okay, I should have really put that pin on before I put the brake caliper on, but it's too late now. I might have to just get a smaller pair of pliers. I won't do that now, because I'll have to cover the camera again. These ones are just too big for me to get to. Yeah, that's fine, I'm going to leave that. I would tighten that up. I'll get a pair of pliers on there, small ones, and just bend that up the way, so that way that pin stays in there, so it can't just come out. But anyway, I had one problem with this bike, and the only one problem I have had was when I got it. A lot of people seem to have the same problem as well. Let me take this camera out of the holder here so I can move this camera around a bit better. There you go. So yeah, the problem I had was really bad squeaky rear air shock, spring shock. It comes with a standard. This is definitely a must. Again, we made a separate video on changing it, how to install it, how much air we put in there. I've had little small features like little dice on each valve. I can lock it off, unlock it, so there's more spring there. This right here, the pass. Now when I got it, I thought it was this pass itself that was broken. They sent me a new one, and the cable, and still wasn't working. Throttle only was working, but when I was pedaling, there was no power, and there should be power. Now, for other people who's bought an e-bike before, know this, it's called pass. Now, if you brought an electric bike for the first time, and you're getting power from the throttle up there, but no power from here, you might think that's normal, but it's not. It really isn't. So anyway, the problem was the actual converter. I don't know why, but with the same bike, L026 version 2, I had the same bike L026 as well, and that was a great bike. But this one I like a bit better, and I'll tell you why. But before I do, let's talk about this converter. So the converter inside here, you have little things called MOSFETs. Now, you might not know what that is, and you might know what it is. But either way, just to cut to the point, a few of them wasn't working, and there's quite a few MOSFETs in there. Anyway, they wasn't working, so therefore it wasn't generating power from pedaling. It was only generating power from the throttle. How do they fix it? You could take the converter apart, change MOSFETs and all that stuff. It's a lot of palaver. It's not really worth it. If you're still in warranty, you can get 1 cent free from the manufacturer, from your barcode up the top there. Or because I was impatient, I just paid £50, went onto Samebike website, told them I had a Samebike L026 version 2, told them about the problems, and this is when they said about it's the cable, it's the pass, and it wasn't. We changed all of that, then we found out it was the converter. They sent me a new converter. How did I find out about the converter? Well, they just sent me one. I plugged it in and everything's working great. So I knew if it wasn't this here and it wasn't the cable, it had to be something to do with the converter inside here. Very easy job to change, just plug and play, pretty much like USB. You just unplug certain things and then put it back together. It doesn't matter if you don't have the knowledge for that. It's very easy. And again, we do have these videos all across our channel of e-bikes and electric scooters of our playlist. In 760 miles, I've done on-road, off-road. I've ridden in rain, heavy rain, and this thing holds up like a beast. It sticks to the floor, very nice. But why did I prefer this one, the L026 version 2, compared to the L026? Well, I'll tell you why. There's many reasons. One, these wheels, now you can get mag wheels on the L026, but again, there's still more reasons. It isn't just because of the mag wheel that I prefer the L026 version 2, but it's also because this motor is very watertight, to the point where this has been submerged into water up to here, and the motor being underwater, it still works. Yeah, I don't even know. But I put this bike to the test. To be honest, I don't treat my bikes bad. It's a bit dirty at the minute. We need to get Mrs. Bubbles to give it a clean up, but she likes doing that. I'm glad she does, because I don't. But yeah, overall, it's a very good bike, but it's definitely more waterproof than the other one. Like, I took off the headlight. I brought a Rock Bros headlight, and again, we've done a review on that. And we put electrical tape around here just to cover up the wire for the headlight, although I could just chop it off with a pair of scissors. I didn't want to make it look messy, so I just wrapped it up in some electrical tape, put it there. Here I've got the key, and attached to the key, I brought this little thing, little stringy thing, just that I clip on to here. Again, you can purchase this on eBay. Just type in keychains and you'll find one of those. You can get all different ones. I got that just in case. If the key's never fallen out. I've had many electric bikes with the key underneath. It's never ever fallen out, but just in case, it's good to have it there. And if not, you can always, you know, take the key out, unclip it, and then whenever I'm walking around, I can clip this onto my belt, and I know that the key's there. I'm not going to lose it. So very simple. Again, with the battery used to rattle every time you go over a bump and stuff. You hear like a rattling from the battery. That was annoying. So we put loads of electrical tape around it. Again, how we done that, we showed videos on that. Everything for this bike you will find. This was definitely the best thing I brought for this bike though. The full hydraulic brakes. I think I paid around about 80, 90-ish pounds, but they are definitely the best things. Although I say that, but then having front suspension that looks like that, and it being air, and then having this, as soon as you put this on, I'm not kidding, the front is not really a bad means, but this really is, because it doesn't squeak, it doesn't make noises. But the most important of all, this thing right here, it makes your bike different to ride. I'm telling you, you will never ride a bike compared to a spring, to an air shock. Once you ride a bike that has an air shock, you will never ride anything else. You will always want to ride something with an air shock. It is so comfortable. I can hit speed bumps normally. When I had the spring, I'd hit speed bumps normally about 10-15 mile an hour, and it'd be like boop boop, and it would be uncomfortable and painful. We all know what that feels like. But with this air shock, I hit speed bumps at 25 mile an hour. Not recommended, but hey, I hit speed bumps at 25 mile an hour, and I don't feel any uncomfortableness. I don't feel like I'm going to fall off. I feel very stable, very strong, very glued to the ground. Now, I've used racing tyres, I've used puncture-proof tyres, I've used all different things, But with these ones, I use slime inner tubes and extra strength slime tubes. And I also got an inner layer of tyre puncher around on the inside of this tyre. I've also got another tube, just an old inner tube that I've had, that I've wrapped around the actual tube. It sounds a bit confusing, but trust me, since I do that, I had 10 punches once with the same tyre, the same tube, 10 punches, all, like, you know, I do a bit of fishing, and I had 10 rusty hooks that are just broken and stuff that's got all in my tyre, and I see little bits of slime coming out. But you know what? It was quite a long way from home. I didn't have to ride home. Even when I got home, the tyre was still flated, and I could still carry on riding it. It actually ended up sealing itself because I put a tube around that tube, which fixes the problem. So overall, definitely the best tyres. You can buy these Trial Kings on eBay or even on Amazon, and as I said, they are 26 inch at 2.4 wide. So make sure you get 26 times 2.4 if you want the same tyres. These are very beasty. Makes the bike look like an absolute tank. It makes you stick to the ground. It's beautiful off-road. And when anything does get through this, as I said, because we made that video of putting so much stuff inside here, like there is a lot of rubbish that I've put in, but it means I don't ever have to push my bike home. And that's the most important thing. I don't want to, you know, I go far. I don't want to have to push this thing back home. And as you can see, because I've done a lot of DIY, all of this sort of grease is all on here, so it definitely needs a clean. But other than that, we're running good and strong. 760 miles in, the motor's still as good as from day one, other than this was a problem, but now that's fixed. The bike is absolutely amazing. Definitely 100%. I'm not sponsored in any way at all by Samebike, but I 100% definitely recommend Samebikes. There's so many different ones, but I've had quite a few different Samebikes, and this one is probably my best one. It's amazing. Obviously, I've had to do a lot of upgrades, but I did show the bike and I did ride the bike, obviously, without any upgrade. I just do these things because it's nice and I'm making it my own way. And I can't afford to go and buy a bike, you know. I've probably done close to 2,600 on this bike so far. And I say so far because I've replaced the tyres not long ago. I replaced the tubes not long ago and that kind of thing. So that's always going to cost money. And obviously brake pads and whatever. But yeah, the bike itself I paid £900 for. And then since then I bought the front forks separate. There was a few hundred here, was a couple of hundred, like, I don't know, 150, 130, 140 or whatever it was. The brake pads 100. The carbon fibre handlebars were 30. The metal bracket, reinforced bracket, I put that there because I had an accident when I was younger where I hit the ground too hard when I was doing a jump and the front handlebars snapped off and I smacked my face down on here. Whereas if this bar here, it's just giving them handlebars a little bit more strength. So if you put more weight on that on the bars there, that's going to reinforce it. That's a motorcycle reinforced bar. Again, eBay. Most of my, pretty much all of my stuff has actually come from eBay, apart from two things. And the two things that didn't is these front forks. I bought those on AliExpress because they are crazy expensive. And also the brakes that are full hydraulic. Yeah, very expensive to buy anywhere. So I bought those on AliExpress as well. So, if you've got any questions at all, let me know. Pedals come from eBay. Again, they look quite beasty. And yes, they do hurt if you smack your shin on it. And yes, it would split your shin open. But you know what? Because there's so many little bits on there, these little silver things here, I have not yet. Now, I've had this bike, I don't even know how long now. I've had it, I'd say close to a year. And within a year, maybe not quite a year, but anyway, let's say 8 months. Within 8 months, I have not slipped off these pedals. That was the very first thing that I changed because I like to have bulky pedals because I got big feet. So I haven't slipped off of those. Your foot, no matter what trainer you use, I've used flip-flops. I know, don't ask. I've used flip-flop trainers, boots, and all sorts of things. And my foot has never once slipped off of them pedals. These pedals, I think, were around about 20-ish pounds. So I definitely recommend those. But anyway, I haven't changed the seat post. The seat, I could probably do with a better seat, but I haven't changed it because you know what? I've kind of got used to it. It hurts a little bit but then the more you ride the bike, your backside kind of gets used to it, if you know what I'm saying. Same as every bike. When you get a new bike seat, it's not comfortable, and then after a while you're using it, it's okay. So yeah, original seat, an original frame, original wheels, original motor, just a few upgrades that we've done here. And obviously I will keep posting videos on this. It has been a short minute, yes, as I said, I've been very busy with TikTok live streaming over there every day and stuff. So I will end up I don't know, so we're at like 760. So I guess when we get to let's say 1,000, when I get to 1,000 miles, we've done 760 nearly, -1. So when I get to 1,000 miles, we'll do another review and talk about if we've got into any other problems. And obviously I have showed videos of me riding this bike and stuff like that. We will make more videos of me riding this, so don't worry. Again, I'm just very, very busy, you know, gaming and stuff like that over on TikTok. And obviously we do show this bike over there in videos of this bike. But that's going to be pretty much it for this one. Original discs from the bike that when I bought it. I haven't changed those, although I thought about it, I haven't. That's going to be pretty much it from this one. If you've got any comments, do leave it below. As I say, I will try to respond to every single comment. I think I've pretty much covered everything that I could. I tried to think of as many things as I could before I even started this video. We've got the original grips as well. When I got the bike, they're actually quite nice. Didn't like them at first, but now I've got really used to them and I like them. So, yeah. Keep an eye out. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on the 1,000 miles review. For the 1,000 miles, I'm probably going to end up making a video outside me actually riding as well, just to boost it up a little bit so we can talk about it outside and see the lovely weather. Anyway, hope you guys did enjoy this one. This is the Samebike L026 version 2. And as I said, I'm not sponsored, but if you're going to buy an e-bike, even without any of the upgrades, if you're going to buy an e-bike for £900, get this. Get this bike right here. The speed hack. The bike originally does 15 miles an hour. With the speed hack, goes up to 25. When you're sitting on it, depending on your weight, I get 21, 22 miles an hour on the flat. If you're a bit lighter than me, you probably could get more. You know, I'm like 15.5 stone. So if you weigh more than that, you could probably get a little bit less, maybe 20 miles an hour. If you're lighter than 15.5 stoner, then you're probably going to go faster. So yeah, ride safe out there, people. We see you again soon. I'm out.